Give y'all the real truth what them teachers deal with in these students. See the student that sit at this desk right here? Undiagnosed ADHD. The student that sits here, that's Miss America.
Speak hate over the apple, right? You will see it decay. Put a copper pyramid over it. You can make it yourself. A small copper pyramid over it, and it will literally take away all.
And this is the teaching that the Truman Show hides in plain sight.
What the fuck?
Nah, you don't find this suspicious? Call me out this rabbit hole.
Truman's awakening begins.
This is what you call demonic influence. This is what you call demonic influence. It's a demon. I heard the video that everybody else heard.
Understand that the Kundalini energy is the blue flame, and this blue flame exists. All right, so this blue flame is this flame that it's a gas state.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the foundation. A1 Luck here. You tuned into the Awakening, a channel where each one teach one and the truth shall set you free. Now, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and also hype me up if it's available. Now, without further ado, let's get woke, people.
Give y'all the real truth what them teachers deal with in these students. See the student that sit at this desk right here? Undiagnosed ADHD. The student that sits here, that's Miss America. On point from head to toe, but sitting in his desk criticizing everybody. See the students that sit here? Parents are in jail. These students are dealing with a lot. The student that sits here lives with domestic violence. The teacher dealing with a lot too. The student that sits here is being bullied. Let's talk about the student that sits here. Has undocumented family member. Yo, you see the student that sit here cares for a sick family member. I said sick. Let's talk about the student that sit here. Teacher shows favoritism because she's scared of him. See this one here? She's scared of this one here. He run the class. Let's talk about this one here. LGBTQ and rejected by his family member sits right there. This one right here lives with his grandparents. Let's talk about this student right here is in foster care. The student right here works to help support the family. You see this student right here? This the black sheep of the family that sits right here. You see the student that sits right here? Mom is an alcoholic. The student that sits right here, yo, my point, what I'm trying to say, all these students has a story to tell. And remember this, the teacher have to deal with all these different spirits. Molesting, has the undocumented, they have to deal with all that, y'all. For real, just real talk, that's it.
Is religion gonna die?
Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Religion will never die. Reason why religion will never die, because people will never stop searching. Because people will never believe that the power is within themselves. Listen, try trying to tell somebody in the hood that ain't never had, that watched their mama suffer, watched their brother go to the penitentiary, watched their family die, that they had the power all alone to stop it. They ain't gonna believe you, gang. They're looking for a savior, gang. So where the fuck religion gonna go, right? But I'm gonna say this, right? Religion should be a doorway to the reality of self. But I think people don't take that doorway, right? People let religion become their life, right? When your life should become yourself. I think people be too concerned in taking somebody else's idea, right? But how good is you if everything that I know came from somebody else? If I lived this life my whole life and never came up with my own idea as to what is life, right? I don't got my own opinion of what life is, so I'm gonna live and I'm gonna die.
Yes, you do.
Your opinion of what life is. I'm saying if.
Oh, okay.
Right? Now I know. But we talk about religion. But I think that religion have you stuck in the box. It's like trying to put God in this box. You can't do it. You know what religion do?
Speak hate over the apple, right? You will see it decay. Put a copper pyramid over it. You can make it yourself. A small copper pyramid over it, and it will literally take away all of those negative vibrations you spoke on it, and it will regenerate that apple. And that's why now a lot of people in India and a lot of people in the eastern countries are now, when they get fruits, they put them in copper pyramid fruit baskets now, because your fruit lasts weeks longer than what it would usually do before it go through oxidation and spoil.
Man,
I sleep under a copper bed. I got a copper pyramid over my bed. I sleep under a copper pyramid.
Wow. So you're saying just like in our day-to-day lives, if we put copper around us, it can help heal us too.
Oh, definitely. Copper cleans your blood when it's on your skin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, copper cleans your blood when it's on your skin. Copper is used as a semiconductor of electricity. Copper brings up your resonant frequencies and your vibratory hertz. But when you structure it in a geometrical sacred geometry shape, though, it does even amazing things, especially when you put a peak on it. Now it acts as a dipole antenna. And you literally get to connect with the melanin and the ether, or what you would call plasma in the cosmos. And this will help you heal too. I have something called a biocharger inside of my clinic. And it does the same thing, where it gives you this electricity, this plasma to come out. You can feel it come from the scan, man. People walking out there, their blood is flowing properly. Their blood pressure go down. Blood sugar regulates itself. I mean, it's amazing. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's beyond food and it's beyond herbs.
Right.
We getting down to physics now. We started talking about the vibrant resonant frequencies of things. We're talking about sound healing, like sound. I got a sound bowl you can sit in. I got one you can sit in.
That's crazy.
When you take herbs, you just taking on the actual sound fingerprint of the herb. It's called electrical biochemistry resonant frequency of the herbs. When you eat certain foods, these foods have minerals in them. They have aromatic amino acids. Guess what they give off? Light and sound. When you talk about chemicals, cations, anions, it's a vibratory resonant frequency in a millihertz and a nanohertz that go with it. We talking about sound. We talk about the sun and its different rays. Where we talking about nanometers. We talking about ultraviolet A, ultraviolet B. We talking about near infrared. We talking about infrared. This is talking about a spectrum. The spectrum is a vibrational frequency which creates sound.
All right, y'all. For the first clip, I don't know, but that's a lot of different mind problems that they have with these kids. But still in all, I believe like this is what was set forth for these kids anyway ahead of time, before they could even have any control, or before we could have the control, because everybody got to go to work. You can barely raise your kids and certain things. But I believe everything was put into play for exactly this to happen. Exactly the symptoms and the mindset of every kid in that class, what they going through is basically what was put here for them to go through. If you understand what I'm saying, it's basically what they wanted. You understand? Everything they set there, the computers, the this, the that, everything is what leads to all these different problems, including in the household. You understand? When it's a broken household like this, I believe this was the aim, to break the kids. But it's not to say like we failing our kids, but still in all, if a lot of people was more woke quicker, these kids wouldn't have to go through this. But a lot of us ourselves wasn't on the right level anyway. We was basically brainwashed throughout too. So it was a hard thing to basically have the kids on the right path when everybody was going through this brainwash system, for those that wasn't, prayers to them. But I have a lot that was and still is. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. In the second clip, I don't know about this religion. I don't like religion, but as far as will religion ever die, I believe so. One day religion will go out the window. I'm not sure it's any day soon, but I would want it to be more sooner than later, because religion is, like I said, it brings a lot of separation. But as far as now, will it die? Like he said, there's a lot of people looking towards something, or towards like looking for a savior, or when in all reality, you yourself is a savior. You yourself could be your own savior, instead of having to wait or try to see if you could, if you understand what I'm saying. But you still have to stay one with the creator anyway, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the third clip, power of copper. Over and over I'm seeing these videos, and I'm really starting to get into the copper thing, because it's a different form of energy in copper, and it brings a different form of energy out of you from copper. You understand? So if you align yourself properly, hopefully you'll vibrate correctly, and a lot of these diseases and things that will be prevented from adding on to you, because the copper is like basically a form of a force field I'm starting to see. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Fuck yeah, I'm about to make y'all think real quick. All right, just think. If you a conspiracy theorist, this is for you. This is not for these overly religious motherfuckers who just believe everything that's handed to them. You probably realize that, past 5 years, shit just been weird. I'm gonna say past 10 years because like the Mandela effect, the planes crashing, how fast technology is fucking rolling. And you remember back in 2012, if you over 30, you know what I'm talking about, where everybody was like, the world is going to end. And everything seems to have been resetted somehow. And then if you know anything about the Dark Ages, that little fraction of like a couple hundred years or something where it wasn't no recorded history, I just found some shit that makes sense to me. But you know, I don't just believe it just because I'm reading it, but it's something to think about. Let me show you. Hey, listen, y'all. Listen. The Dome and Outer Space Projection. The Last Reset, 1728. Listen, this book go over, look, fuck it. Chapter 1, Sunset of Ancestral Shores. And then it goes down here. Why would they lie to us? The false universe. Simulated outer space. Hold on. The 8 cycles of humanity and their respective resets. The first generation, fuck it, let's go to the first generation, 59. The first generation, after the reset of the first humanity of Hyperborea, Asgard, and the custodians, with the help of the Anunnaki. If you know anything about the custodians and the Anunnaki, you know what the fuck is happening here. Established a new civilization under their direct control. What happened after that? The second generation came. The second generation was created with the intention of being more obedient to the custodials. The third generation, look, all of this shit makes sense when you read it, bro, I'm telling you. The fifth generation, the fire of 1666, the battle between Great Tartary and the Greys of Orion. Details of the projected simulation. I'm telling you right now, y'all, this book right here, if you one of those type of people, if you know that none of this shit is actually real, not saying God is not real, I'm just saying what we've been told is not the fucking move. Look, this book is less than like 150 pages. I'm gonna drop the link if y'all want to read it.
Hey, check this out. Look at the 1800s. Type in any city you want and do the Great Fire of that city. They burnt this whole country, all the major cities in the 1800s. Type in any city right now. The Great Fire of Los Angeles, the Great Fire of San Diego, the Great Fire of Cleveland, the Great Fire of New York City, the Great Fire of Chicago, the Great Fire of Tallahassee. Pick a city. I guarantee you there was a fire, 1800s, early 1900s. What was that? How does all these cities just miraculously go on fire and burn to the ground?
Legendary comedian Jim Brewer bringing up a valid point. What happened in the 1900s and why were there so many fires? He doesn't bring up a valid point. He says test it. Go to Google and put the Great Fire in blank, and guaranteed in any city that you look up in the US in the 1900s, 1800s, there was a huge fire that burnt the city down. Believe me, right here, the Great Fire of Chicago, 1871. Great Fire of Memphis in 1872, a year later. Great Fire of San Francisco, 1851. Great Fire of Philadelphia, 1850. Great Fire of Cincinnati, 1881. Great Fire of Pittsburgh, 1845. Great Fire of Boston, 1872. This goes on and on and on. Don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. My question is, how were all these fires happening all around the same time? Was everything just made of highly flammable wood? Something does not add up in our history because these buildings were also being built around the same time. The Chicago Federal Building that was built in 1898. How are these buildings being built in these cities that are still standing, but also all of the city is burning to the ground? Exactly what were they trying to erase in the 1800s? They were trying to erase history, they were trying to erase fact, and they were trying to erase title deeds. I don't know exactly what they were trying to do, but they did it. Or something is going on. There is no way that all of these fires happened all around the same time. We're also building European, Greek-like structures all over America and calling them federal buildings. We're having record number fires burning entire cities to the ground. Something doesn't add up. Check it for yourself. Go to Google and put the Great Fire of and put a city name in and be astonished. Let me know what you think. It's us.
And everyone else. It seems to me so much more likely that the timeline is incorrect than the historians are right and everyone else is just a conspiracy theorist weirdo. The more you look at it, the more questions I have. Like that Kailasa temple in India. Yeah. We've gone over that a few times, but Jamie pointed out something that they brought in about, was it like an army to try to destroy it? And they barely put a dent in the damn thing. Yeah. And they stayed for a long time. They tried to
smash it up and they couldn't do shit to it.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, how did they make this? What did they use? And I saw a really wild YouTube video the other day where this guy was proposing that they used lasers and that it was all laser carved and that they had some sort of like super sophisticated laser setup back then. That's why you're not finding all the stone. That
Yeah.
was,
Well, you know,
I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Look, I think that's absolutely possible.
It sounds possible, but also so insane that we're so wrong about the linear timeline of human history that they had fucking lasers in India, like how many thousands of years ago
Yeah.
that they were using to carve an entire massive, perfect temple out of rock? It seems to me.
And this is the teaching that the Truman Show hides in plain sight.
What the fuck? Nah, you don't find this suspicious? Call me down this rabbit hole.
Truman's awakening begins when a star labeled Sirius falls from the sky between two pillars. Then there's the dome, the staircase, the all-seeing eye, and the grand architect. One of the Rothschilds was even a producer on the film.
Why?
So the question is, what message is being encoded here? First, we need to understand Gnosticism. In Gnostic cosmology, the material world isn't created by the true God. Instead, it's a prison created by a false deity called the Demiurge.
what? A dragon?
According to this belief, the Demiurge traps divine souls in matter, keeping them ignorant through deception and control. The uninitiated live in ignorance, controlled by false narratives and false gods. A fabricated dome world. He's kept ignorant of true reality. In Gnostic terms, he represents the divine spark trapped in matter. Christoph, meaning of Christ, sits in a lunar command center, controlling everything like a god. He believes he's benevolent and is giving Truman a chance to live a good life. The Demiurge also believes his prison is paradise. She's the one trying to wake Truman up, breaking the rules to tell him that his world isn't real and he has to get out. Then there's Marlin, his best friend who appears with beer every time Truman questions reality. In Gnosticism, the Archons use intoxication and distraction to keep souls asleep and compliant. Truman's journey to break through the dome is the journey from illusion to reality. Another symbol used in the Truman Show is one we have all become much too familiar with. It's the Eye of Horus from ancient Egypt. It's the third eye of enlightenment, the pineal gland. It's the eye that looks at you through your phone's camera. And of course what appears on the back of the dollar bill. Truman's programmed fear is water. His father's staged drowning was created to keep him imprisoned. And what must he do to escape? Sail into Christoph's storm and experience the drowning he was programmed to fear, a symbolic death and rebirth. After his baptism into the mystery schools, he ascends the Freemasonic staircase of enlightenment.
This is what the elite believe, by the way.
There's 16 total steps, but they are reflected in the water below.
He comes to the wall.
As above, so below. And that makes it 32 steps, with his final step out of the door being the 33rd.
Like the 33rd Mason?
There's one more layer we need to talk about. You.
Follow me for part 2.
All right, y'all, for the first clip, yeah, I mean, after all this, when you start seeing things, basically, you can see the simulation that we living in until we, you know, it's like we got to start back from ground zero with what we've been taught and everything. Like, this simulation is crazy, you understand? But yet, I do believe it's some sort of a simulation we are living in, you know? But for those that think different, y'all just let me know in the comment section. And then for the second clip, it's like, I don't know, but it's like, is this why they say sometimes history repeats itself? Because it's the same people that's always trying to pull the same stunts and do the same things. Because for all these places to be burnt down, all these cities burnt down in the 1800s through the 1900s, and it's all documented and it's there. And then to see like all these cities getting burnt down right now in our times, like, this is a form of erasing things all the time that is starting to look like throughout history. This what it's looked like happen. Like, every time something build up, something happen, they erase it, they burn it, they take it, and then they reformulate it into what they wanted. You understand? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the third clip is the Kailasa temple that he was speaking about. But it's crazy that he said no matter what they try to do to get into that temple or whatever, it would not bud, it would not smudge, it would not break. It's like whatever material was used was just, I guess, out of this world, as they say, huh? That's why they get this saying sometimes, it's out of this world, out of this planet, you know? But it's crazy. And then to know, like, back then, most of these places was curved and carved with like perfect geometry, like perfect symmetry going along the lines. Like, it's only things like lasers could produce the cuts of rock, like of that size, so good and so perfect. You understand? And the angles they use A lot of these rocks is cut at a right angle that's just almost perfect, or if not damn near perfect. But to know is like these are just ancient technology that been there, to know they've been carving these rocks out of it had to be somewhat of a laser technology. But when you come to think about all of this that come to for play, like right now, is you can see if it's extraterrestrials and the speed these crafts and these, imagine the type of tools, of course, that they've been had. That's why they're introducing it to us, I guess, bit by bit, because they already know it's there, and it's given to them little by little. So whatever they sacrifice to get that little thing is given to us now, people. But anything you could think of is nothing new under the sun. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the fourth clip, basically the Truman Show. And this is what a lot of people is directing life right now as to what's going on. It's a lot of comparison to the Truman Show. But let me know if a lot of y'all out there seen the Truman Show. But I had to check it out a little bit. That show is crazy, though. You know, I must still go back and watch it again, though. But that show is crazy. I suggest y'all should check it out, because it's basically a depiction of what's going on now. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
This is what you call demonic influence. This is what you call demonic influence. It's a demon. I heard the video that everybody else heard. Well, Santana, I ain't saying the first part of the name. Well, Santana was at the pool talking on camera. And a part of what he said was that he got kids that want to F him. It's a demon. And I'm going to tell you the sad thing about it. We got so many mothers that allow their children to watch this mess, engage with it, and sing the songs, this quiet on the creek foolishness. At some point, we have to start identifying and calling out what the devil is doing. And this is demonic influence. And the sad thing about it is we fall right into the trap because we follow these individuals. We fall right into the traps of what the enemy is doing, and we allow our children to engage in it. So this has nothing to do with nobody's sexual preference. That is between you and the God you serve. But let me tell you something, since we're on the subject of God. You can come to God. However, God wants you to come to him messed up. God wants you to come messed up. The catch to it is you can't stay like that. And for my children of God, women of God, men of God, nothing about this should be amusing, funny, or worthy of you allowing it in your household by way of TV, song, or even on your phone, let alone around your children. This man said that kids want to F him. the sexual F. At what point are we gonna wake up and start calling this mess out? Demonic influence, period. No cute way to say it, and there's no way around it.
Understand that the Kundalini energy is the blue flame, and this blue flame exists. All right, so this blue flame is this flame that it's a gas state. Remember, the flame is in a gas state. You got 3 to 4 phases of matter. Plasma in it. The slowest is what? Solids, hot, then liquids, then gases, then plasma energy. Okay, so this Kundalini energy is a mixture of gas and plasma energy. All right, so it is activated by the pineal glands being stimulated. All right, so the sun basically give off a certain amount of its own quote unquote light codes, the sun, right, to the pineal gland. So every time you step outside, even when it's a cloudy day, the sun is out, right? Because the sun never go down, so the sun is out, and the sun is feeding energy to the pineal. All right, so remember I told you how back home on Sirius X, where we come from, our ancestors can transmit telepathic signals to us directly through the sun. All right, so that's what they do. All right, so as well as we affect the sun. All right, because we have the chromosomes. Our chromosomes are suns, okay, and galaxies and planets and universes. So, all right, so this Kundalini energy is in a gas state, between a gas and plasma energy state within you, lying dormant at all times. A returner. I'm a returner. You have none of us is from this planet. Nobody black or Latino is from here, or nobody that's white. We all not from this planet. But then you have people that are returners. This means that these are divine beings or entities. We come back to this planet to awaken as many as we can. And when we come to this planet, we have to work through the avatar or the body of somebody that's already here. Okay? So this is why there's a lot of people that knew me, right, or knew Rashad Jamal White, and now it's like they don't even know him. Because the Rashad Jamal White they knew was just like a program, basically, to make the Matrix think that he was just another person in the light code lockdown. And then once we was ready for the perfect timing, I, Divine Insight, entered into this body of Rashad Jamal, and now I channel all the messages that you all need to hear through this body. This is what's going on. Now pay attention.
All right, y'all, for the first clip, it's like they still launching off missiles and rockets into the sky. You know, it's nobody on board or nothing. So when you launch these rockets, are they really trying to break the firmament in these places? Like, oh yeah, really? Because launching that rocket, that's just, it's no mission. It's not going nowhere. You're just launching it to see how far or what it could do. I don't understand. Or is it really like some missile type rockets that they sending up to try to break through the firmament? I don't know. If y'all know better, let me know in the comment section, because these launches, it's just not making no more sense, you know, and it's rapid. It happens so often, you know, and then as soon as it reaches somewhere up there, boom, it blows up. I mean, I wonder what it's hitting. I don't know, but if y'all know, let me know in the comment section, you understand? And then the second clip, I just had to throw that in there because there's a lot of these people out there that influence our kids, influence a lot of people, and then they put them out there in the mainstream media as far as music wise and stuff to grasp a hold, but it's basically demonic influences going on right there, you understand? And then when you hear the behind the scenes talk that they talk, especially about the kids, it's out of this. I mean, come on, it's a whole lot of nonsense. So I mean, it's just something for people to look deeper into and see, like, some of this stuff we just gotta really pay attention to, you know, make better decisions about it too when it comes to listening to these people. And you know, because it's sad to say, but I don't know if they playing on our side of the fence or not, you know, on the right side of the fence. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. And then the third clip, Kundalini energy is rising, of course, you know, and it's crazy because I'm learning about it too. And then it's basically like gas with some type of plasma energy that's going to be mixing. But yet this is what inside of us, you know, it's mixing, and then it's around us as well, you know. But once your energy rises, you could reach to these certain levels. And this is what I say. Life is intriguing, and we should have been taught these things so we could already be at certain levels to, you know, some of these superheroes out here already, you know. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And in the fourth clip, you know, more so still Rashad Jamal, you know, but I guess, I don't know, but to say he's a returner, like he returned here, is crazy, because I guess this is just your shell. But is it as to when you elevate to a certain level, that the you that was brainwashing food out here for a while, or like the real spirit that's in you, the spirit that's in you, your soul, like that realness take over this shell, and this is who you're, like the real enlightened you will take over your shell, and that's who you will be, as he was trying to say. I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your people believe?
It is very hard to explain. We do not believe in any individual god or gods, but rather we believe that the soul is, what is a good term? A non-localized phenomenon.
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Well, if I project a beam of light at the wall, you see the light on the wall, but the wall is not the source of the light. It comes in from somewhere else. The soul is also a projection. It does not exist inside us any more than the light exists inside the wall. But this shell is the only way we can perceive it.
We believe that the universe itself is conscious in a way we can never truly understand. It is engaged in a search for meaning. So it breaks itself apart, investing its own consciousness in every form of life. We are the universe, trying to understand itself.
Wars, left versus right, NBA or pro. Honestly, at this point in human history, fuck the Met Gala, fuck Coachella, fuck Rolling Loud, fuck the NBA or NFL playoffs, fuck the Super Bowl, fuck spending money, fuck going to work, fuck celebrity worship, fuck politics, fuck relationship podcasts, fuck paying taxes, fuck entertainment, fuck concerts, fuck all of this shit. It's literally time to shut this shit the fuck down for good. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nobody is angry enough. Pedophiles and baby-eating, blood-drinking demons rule the world. They are making the cost of living and the cost of everything damn near unaffordable, like gas, rent, food, water, basic shit that we can't live without, mind you. They are erasing people's cultures, histories, and lineages and rights. They're using your tax money to bomb foreign nations and innocent women and children. When will enough be enough? And you know it's crazy. Most people think we need to go in the streets and protest and riot violently. Fuck no, that's exactly what they want. The best way to shut down the system, and I've said this before, is to stop participating in it. Stay in your homes, stop going to work, stop buying, stop clocking in, stop feeding into their entertainment. And I promise you, watch how fucking quickly this entire system shuts down. The game ends immediately. The machine only breathes because you give it your oxygen. We've been hypnotized into believing we the audience in the theater, but we aren't the audience. We the fuel. Every time you scroll through a red carpet event while your fridge is empty, you're feeding the demon. Every time you argue over a political puppet while your tax dollars are being converted into shrapnel to tear through the flesh of a child halfway across the world, you're signing the check. They have commodified your attention and weaponized your survival. And they've gaslit a majority of the world to think we need them more than they need us. Fuck no. They need us more than we need them. Because remember, I've said this before, they manage the power. We are the power. Without us, their system doesn't exist. It doesn't fucking exist without us. People are spiritually exhausted. That's the part nobody says out loud. Everybody keeps talking about inflation, politics, dating, culture wars, left versus right, man versus women, black versus white. But underneath all of it is exhaustion. People are tired of feeling like life has been reduced to surviving bills while pretending to be entertained. Tired of waking up just to sell hours of their existence back to a machine that would replace them in a week if they died tomorrow. They're tired of being told to heal individually while living inside systems that profit from stress, division, addiction, insecurity, loneliness, and overconsumption. And the craziest part, most people know something feels wrong, but they're so overstimulated and beaten down that they don't even know where to place the anger anymore. They're so exhausted, they're so mentally drained, their brains are fried. Bro.
We are seeing demonic warfare escalate at an unprecedented rate right now. We are seeing so many people not just under attack, but attacking one another. And when we see this climate of upheaval and chaos and attack, we need to remember there is something darker in the shadows. We are not wrestling with people. We are wrestling with the serpent. And it is interesting to me that right now we are in the year of the dragon. And dragons represent destruction and chaos. So stop looking at the government to be your source. Stop looking at people to be your answer, and go to God. Because when the enemy has a scheme, God already always has a plan. And I'm speaking as somebody who has walked with God for more than 40 years. And I have seen his pattern of faithfulness over and over and over.
All right, y'all, for the first clip, I don't know, but to me, that's a good analogy of the light theory, like shining on the wall, but yet it's have nothing to do with the wall itself. You know, it's not the source, you know, and this is the thing, like the universe is basically, we all are part of the source, trying to still put together, understand the universe, I guess, to some way in the spiritual world, make it even greater. I don't know for us, but I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section, but I believe all our souls is really a part of source though. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Then the second clip, you know, I don't want to, you know, but they basically saying just stop everything and shut it the F down. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because at this point in time, I believe that's the best bet, you know. And remember, everything in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, y'all. But yeah, and then the third clip, basically pertaining to the same thing. When there's so much chaos and stuff going on, it's just like at a certain level now, it's past. It's just past the capacity that it's supposed to be, you know. There's so much chaos left, right, and center that it's like spiritual warfare, basically wrestling with that serpent. And I mean, a lot of us need to wake up so we could all walk with the Creator on this, you know, because a lot of us missing out. It's difficult to reach a lot of people. With all the brainwash that happened, it's so difficult to reach a lot of people, especially to raise their vibration on a mental and spiritual level. But we can't stop trying no matter what. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Plug me back into the Matrix. Just plug me right back into that bad boy. Oh my God. Just give me football season and pumpkin spice lattes and chili and just buying a better home and nicer cars and credit cards and travel and consume. God, I just wish I didn't know everything I knew. It is so hard to function daily when you know how this whole system operates. It is truly the worst feeling, and knowing that I'm going to have to live this way the rest of my life. I need someone to come erase my memory, just plug me right back into that bad boy. Just like I'll go buy a $90,000 car tomorrow and wash it on the weekends. I'll go buy $1 million home and just love my things, even though you don't really own them. I just don't want to know everything I know.
Can somebody explain to me what the hell is going on here? Shut up! People are saying that this is a real dragon, allegedly, but it's not. Why does it need so many people to carry it? Something is up. Guys, listen, I don't believe in dinosaurs, but I believe in dragons, guys. Why are these people using dragons at their concerts? What does this have to do with music? Something is going on here with this dragon, bro. It's always dragons. It's always something questionable. Something is going on here, guys, and I'm not sure what this has to do with music. Roro knows. Listen, something's going on here, guys, and people are saying that this could possibly be a real dragon, which is not. Let's be serious, guys. Dragons don't exist. But it really makes you think, what's the point of this? What does this have to do with music? What does this have to do with a concert, allegedly? This is what people are saying. If you ask me, this is art. Not just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Who cares if they pull out a dragon? It's not a real dragon. Come on, guys. This is entertainment. This is music. You know how it goes. I don't know what's going on at this concert. Let me know if you know what's going on at this concert. I'm out.
On voit, voilà. Voilà les gars, l'éclipse totale. On va se dire bonne nuit les gars, c'est tout. Regardez, écoutez, bonne nuit hein.
All right, y'all. We reached the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and also hype me up if it's available. And y'all already know, before we leave, I gotta leave you with the words. Who can't hear must feel. Those that feels it, knows it. And once you know better, you do better. And the truth will always set you free. I'm out.